Hello Aquarius, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. For others of you, this could be a situationship. Could also be current. For the rest of you, this could be a very, very intense connection. And you know there's something special there, but no one's really speaking up. Oh, wow. Okay, so all is fair in love and war, isn't it? That's what the saying is. This is a very, very intense reading. You have so many cards here that have so much emotion and feeling, heartache, pain, but also love and a restart. Aquarius, this could also be you, not necessarily does it have to be the cross-watcher. And I say this because of the intensity of these specific cards. All right, so first card, the strongest, Aquarius, we have here anger and rage, followed by beliefs, illness, wellness, crisis, death and rebirth, surrender, embracing the shadow, grief, then we have laughter, followed by love. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. And hopefully they will give you some really good, helpful advice because this is very intense. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. Keep in mind, Aquarius, you may also be feeling these feelings because they're just so intense. My dear Aquarius, I feel as if I've shot myself or shooting myself in the foot, putting my foot in my mouth. That type of situation. I'm angry at myself. I'm upset at myself. I'm disappointed with myself. So much has happened, and I've put you through so much, but I myself have also experienced this. I realize now that many of the things that I have said and done, they have been quite wrong. It has been quite upsetting. I am angry, and a part of me is full of annoyance, rage, frustration, not at you, but at the things that I have become, the person I am now, the reason why I did what I did. Why do I behave like this? Or why do I act like this? Why did things have to turn out the way that they did? Why now? There's a set of beliefs that I have. I've had this for a while now, ever since I was young. My mindset and yours is quite different. Yes, sometimes you and I don't see eye to eye. We don't. But everything that has happened, everything that we are, we have realized we do have our differences. We have these differences. We have our own choices. We have our own issues. The beliefs and the rituals, the customs, and the mindset that I have is different from yours. Sometimes it's hard for you to see from my perspective. Sometimes it's hard for you to see it all. Because that is not who you are. We have our differences, our opinions. You and I were brought up in a very different way. We weren't meant to be the same. But I'm angry because I have not been able to see your perspective and your side of the story. I have not been compassionate enough, and I have not seen your angle, where you are coming from. And because I have been unable to adjust my beliefs to yours, I now feel very depressed. Sunken in sorrow, being pulled down below the surface of this water, drowning in this depression, despair, feeling devastated. But I also know that now there is a part of me that wants to reach up and see you above the surface of this water. You are the sun. You are that shining star. But I can't. Because things are weighing me down. Memories are weighing me down. There are certain things that have happened in my life that haunt me. This haunting, it has never really gone away. I've experienced this, I feel it, and I see it in my life every day. These are burdens, restrictions, constraints, responsibilities that weigh me down. Everything that weighs me down restricts me from bringing myself up to you. And every time I do, there's always something that pulls me down. It's hard for me to release myself because these are my circumstances. And these circumstances stem from tradition, from family, from the values and the morals and the ethics that I've always seen, that I've always experienced. I'm unable to release myself from that. And that's what frustrates me. I feel that in this connection, these feelings are starting to increase as time goes by. This increase, sometimes I feel it may have ruined things. I feel that in this connection, I am very, very overwhelmed now. So overwhelmed that I need time to sort things out. Certain things that have happened, certain things that can happen. I am stuck. So many things that you have experienced, I have not empathized, and I have not had compassion, and I have not seen things from your perspective. There's this feeling of being overwhelmed. And yes, I am. And because my mind is in this state, there's a lot of mental anguish and patience, frustration in the mind. I cannot make a decision. I'm stuck. Because I am overwhelmed. This feeling of being overwhelmed, it does not let me think straight. I can't think straight. I want to change things. All that happened before, I want that to change. In the past, things were very bumpy. The road was never really smooth. But now I want to put to sleep, I want to put to death all that happened before and start with something brand new. A rebirth of the you and the me. This is what I'm hoping for. This is what I'm praying for, because I do want a restart in this connection with you. In other words, I want a second chance. Because I have surrendered to you now. All that you have said and done, I believe it. The beliefs, the issues that we faced, I believe you now. You may feel it's too late, but is it really? A part of me feels as if I belong to you and you belong to me. If you lead, I will follow. I have surrendered my mind, my heart, and my body to you. Even though I want to reach out, and I want to talk to you, and I want to have this restart, I have issues. Because of the things that I have said and done, and the things that I haven't said that I should have, the things that I didn't do that I should have done. I truly do feel that there's a lot of awkwardness now. And along with this awkwardness comes this feeling of being unsure and uncertain. I feel uncomfortable, and I know you feel uncomfortable. I feel awkward, and so do you. This is why it's difficult for me to approach you. And this awkwardness and this feeling of being uncomfortable now makes me very, very sad. Very upset. Aquarius, because of the things that I have said and done, I am truly in hurt and pain, heartbroken. There is feelings of guilt. I feel guilty for what I did to you. I feel the pain. I realize how I broke your heart and how this has caused you suffering, because I myself am also suffering now. One of the issues is this feeling of regret and remorse. It leads to sadness and melancholy. And I'm not used to that. All I want, Aquarius, is to be with you in this connection in a very strong way. You make me laugh. You are my best friend. You are my confidant. There's certain things about you that are special. You're the one that gets me. You know me. You know what makes my heart happy. You know what makes me laugh. You know what makes me tick. Only you. And I feel you are my best friend. And I don't want to lose that. I cherish that. Overall, the reason why I feel this hurt, this pain, why I'm overwhelmed, why I'm angry is because I love you. I am in love with you. This love is pure, it's true, it's sacred. It is divine love. No one can change that. No one can lie about it. It is very true. And it feels so real. I know now that certain things have changed in our lives. But the one thing that remains constant is the hope that I have for the love that could be between us. The only obstacles are the beliefs, are the circumstances. It's the awkwardness and the uncomfortableness. But I do want a second chance with you, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, that is it. Very, very jam-packed. Usually I have categories of these cards, and for me, the dark cards, the dark and dreary cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and almost 7, 6.5. So you do have the majority of the cards here being very dark and dreary now, meaning the feelings and emotions your person of interest is going through. They're not happy, not because they're not happy with you. They are happy with you, but they're upset at themselves for certain things that they've done. Now, do I see here a regret? Yeah, I do. So that's a really good card to have, grief, because now they fear and they feel that they're losing you forever. They don't want that. Obviously, they don't want that. But what can they do to make it better? They don't know. Not yet. Firstly, it's because their mindset, they're in a crisis. Their mind is in a crisis, which means that they need time to sort things out. Their emotions are all over the place right now. When the storm settles, this is like a storm. When the storm settles, everything will be clear. One will be able to see all that is around. That is what this person needs to do eventually. They have to wait for this. All right, let's have a look at what we have in terms of issues in the past. So I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. It didn't take that long. The Lover's Path Tarot. And with this deck, for those of you who are new, I read this in the reverse. This is in the past. The first set of cards that you had just seen, the first set that I did, that's the current situation. That's the current status. This is something that happened in the past. So why do I look in the past? It's to show you anything that may have happened in this connection while you were thinking things are going great. They're accelerating. But all of a sudden, it went downhill. So things were going very well. They were very sweet. And then all of a sudden, it's all sour. So what happened there? Let's see. This is for those of you that need and want closure. Somebody may have ghosted you. Maybe the connection between the both of you is quite vast now. There's a lack of communication that used to be. Before there may have been more communication, now there's less. Certain things like that, where you wonder, why did this person leave? What was going on in their mind at the time? So hopefully this will give you a better understanding as to what was going on. 4 of Arrows, first card's the strongest. At the time, Aquarius, remember, this person still is feeling overwhelmed, right? You had all these really intense cards. So when I read this, kind of keep those in mind too. Here it talks about healing, introspection, and isolation. Your person of interest here wanted to heal. They had basically turned into a hermit, introspection and isolation. They needed time to heal and to rest. Peace was needed after emotional disappointment. Why did that disappointment exist? Because you had the beliefs card. You both were not on the same page. Okay? Your books were different. Your volumes were completely different. That's how distant, that's how different the both of you were. You could not see eye to eye. Whatever their path was, it was not the same as yours. So that was a problem. The need to have time to heal or rest, peace after emotional disappointment was needed. Detaching from the everyday world to regain balance is what this person started to do when they started to retract. They went back. They started to enforce themselves into isolation, into loneliness. Why did they do this? Because they needed a more detached viewpoint of problems so that they could heal in this connection, or even whatever was going on in their own mind. They needed that time to reflect. Mostly I'm seeing this not because of... Okay, I'm getting a sentence here. Who you were reflected on them, and it would define who they were. And that was a problem. Wow. I'm hearing those in my mind right now. That's what somebody's saying out there. That's something that happened, so I don't even remember what I just kind of said, but you can go back and hear it again. Here we have the Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups here, it talks about inspiration, grace, and pleasure, and artistry. But we're looking at the reverse. There was a need for a young person, a person who may have been immature, to appreciate grace and talents, to turn dreams into reality, to have the need and ability to inspire, the need to be more receptive to beauty and love and harmony. But overindulging in fantasies and not living in reality and not being very practical. Your person of interest was, let's see where this goes. Whatever their attitude was, even if you're a long-term committed connection or if this was just kind of short-term, your person of interest wanted to see where it goes, but then when they tried, they knew it wasn't headed anywhere where they were wanting it to go because of the beliefs-related issues between the both of you. Now, beliefs could be difference in income, lifestyle, mindset, religion, caste, creed, ethnic background, racial background. It could be differences between you that have caused this problem. That's the issue here. Your person of interest thought that they could get away with it, and maybe you would see their way because their way is the right way. Obviously, it's not, because there really is no right way. For everybody, there's a right way, because that's what they've experienced in their life. From their point of view, that is what is right. But a lot of people that want to be in a long-term committed connection, they come to a compromise. When there's a compromise, that's when people are able to work things out. Provided people want to work things out. Let's have a look at, we have here the Beginner's Tarot. So this is any type of action plans, intentions that your person of interest may have. Ooh, remember you have the grief card. Well, right here, once again, 3 of Swords. First card is the strongest. They're very much in this mindset. It's very strong for them, the hurt and the pain. Page of Cups. We have a page, just like you had the Prince, somebody who's very youthful. This could be somebody who you're dealing with that might be immature. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, you also had death before too, death and rebirth. Now you have death here. 9 of Wands, being overwhelmed, once again, trying to make sure that they are not going to be, because they see the inevitable, that eventually they will be. All right, so there's a lot, just like in your first set of cards, there's a lot of, what can I call it? Like traffic. This feels to me like traffic. It's not smooth sailing. This is like people that are, I'm actually seeing a bustling city, and there's cars that are stuck in traffic right now. And that's kind of what this person feels like, that they're stuck in traffic and they don't have any other way of moving forward. But they have to go with the flow. They have to go with the way the world is going. Here we have that pain, suffering, and sorrow. 3 of Swords. For a very tiny portion of you, this could be a third-party situation. However, I'm leaning more towards right now, not that, but just simple actual heartache and pain. Grief is the key word here. What do they want to do about it? They want to apologize. They want to reach out to you, Aquarius. They want to talk to you about what's going on. And they want to make this sort of gesture. Now, understand this is not a king. It's not a king. This is not a knight. It's not a queen. So this is a page. Somebody who is so vibrant, so young, so youthful, but also quite immature and inexperienced. So when this person reaches out to you, they're not going to be very bold like a king or a queen, okay? They're not going to be so direct. They may be very gentle. It might be one word. It might be a few sentences. When they reach out to you, maybe they talk or maybe they just text or they message you somehow. But I do see the action here being taken for sure. Aquarius, your person of interest is going to reach out to you eventually. Why do they want to reach out? The Death card is here because just like you had the Death and Rebirth card, this person wants to put to sleep all that happened before and they want to start something new. This is a new day dawning in the background. A lot of the sad memories, the upsetness, certain things that have happened, the cycles that were not really breaking, they want to finish all of that now. They really want to start something brand new that's different. Because something that's different will have a different result. Before, the result was the same, and that was a problem. We also have here the Nine of Wands. So with the Nine of Wands, we have here this feeling of knowing that there are obstacles and there are problems, but what do you do in order to tackle that? This person is going to see, what do I need? What do I not need? Or what I don't need? Or what can I do without? This person's going to try to break down some of those responsibilities, give it to somebody else, get rid of the tasks, get rid of some of those burdens that they have, and maybe be able to shift you in it too, where they are responsible in a way where they actually can be with you. Now, because they are a page, that might be highly unlikely, but with this, we do have them knowing that things are going to get really bad and very overwhelming unless they don't do something about it. Or, why am I saying it the other way? Unless they do something about it. Sorry, guys. So this person is trying to do something about the amount of work that they have, the feeling of being overwhelmed. Remember, you did have the crisis card, so they are overwhelmed. This could also be with work, just simply overwhelmed with work. But what they're trying to do is they are actually seeing the future, and before things get really bad, they're trying to take a step back and maybe tick some boxes and say, you know what, I don't need this, or cross out some responsibilities. I don't need this. Maybe they can delegate it to somebody else. Maybe they can push it off for a few years or a few months. Maybe that's what they want to do. But what I see here is they're trying to create a better balance for themselves so that they're not so overwhelmed. And when they're not so overwhelmed, their energy is not scattered and they can finally actually be with you instead of having this heartache and pain. What I'm seeing here with the beliefs card also is responsibility that they have towards their own family, their friends, their society. And it's difficult for them to be and to go against society. By satisfying everybody, they think that they can win that favor and then come to you and then also have you. The problem is, the truth is, crosswatcher, are all your decisions going to be based on what other people think? Or what they feel? Or how they judge you? Sometimes in society that's okay, and sometimes it's not. Depending on where you come from, what your culture is like, what your society's like, you're going to have to do things accordingly. But I do see her grief and the need to reach out to you, the need to restart something, and the need to reevaluate where this person's focus is at, what it is on, and what can they let go of in order to give you that time, energy, and effort that you deserve. The overall arching theme we have here is the Two of Wands. Excellent card. There's a lot of passion here. They also have decided what they want to do. Their decision is you. They want you. That's what they're hoping for. That is what they know, and that is what they want. So yes, Aquarius, is this person going to reach out to you? It's going to take some time. They will. Don't expect it to be bold, but do expect something, because that is going to happen. If the majority of you are resonating with the rest of this reading, then most likely this is going to happen too. All right, let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this. Just going to do a quick prayer. We have here perfect timing, followed by meditation brings answers. Then we have opportunity. So that's really good, because there will be an opportunity that's going to come to you. We have no. Okay. No, take action because it is up to you. Because you're ready. And it's time for you to listen to your intuition. Okay. Very clear-cut message here from the angels. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Here we have, the timing is going to be perfect. So what does this mean exactly? When they say the timing is going to be perfect, it does mean that there's certain things that are going to occur in divine timing. Just like you bake a cake. You put it in the oven, you got all the ingredients, you took the time to make it. But then you put it in the oven, and then you want it to take its sweet time because you know it's going to rise. Right? But if you pull it out too soon, it will flatten, it'll be raw from the center most likely, and it's not going to be the cake that you wanted it to be. I'm hearing somebody say, unless they cut it, put it back in, turn it into a biscotti. Okay, let's not. No. Time is everything. And your person of interest is... I'm sorry, I'm just being distracted by whoever was thinking that, because what happens is we think we can manipulate things. We can manipulate time, circumstances, but no, that's not how it works. So no, if it takes time in the oven, you need to give it time, because that will be the perfect item, okay? You want perfection. With perfection comes time, right? Look at evolution of the universe, of our planet. How perfect nature is, because everything has evolved through time, right? It's not hodgepodge. It's not all over the place. It's just perfect. Every single living organism. Everything is beautiful, isn't it? And that's the same situation here. Time. It needs to take some time. It will take its own time. And when it does, it'll be absolutely perfect just for you. But this is what we call divine timing. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as long as evolution, but it will take some time. And this is not going to be a bad thing for you, because by that time, you also are going to be prepped and ready to go. Meditation brings answers. Some of you have not been as spiritual or as active spiritually as you once were. Perhaps you've been busy with life. Maybe you just haven't been feeling it, right? But they are saying here to do meditate and even pray. This is to the divine, the holy light of God in the universe. Remember to say light, but also always say holy light of God in the universe. This is you meditating. Angel Fakiel, and you can read a little bit about her on my homepage. Angel Fakiel has told me 21 minutes is minimum for proper meditation when dealing with the divine. Also, 2 to 3 minutes minimum. You can go maximum as much as you want, but minimum. And you have to mean it. You have to feel it. You have to know it. Because within a split second, even less than a second, you are in the energy of the divine. Because we're all connected by invisible strings, threads. We're all connected. It's like a giant web. We're all connected through that web. We also have here opportunity. Yes, you are going to be receiving an opportunity. That's really good because at some point in time, you may have thought that this is it. This is the end. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen now. Because of the intensity of those cards that you had, it's very difficult to think that anything good can come from this, but that hope is still there. Yes, I do see opportunity coming. Some of you don't want to take any action. However, what they're saying here is, no, it is okay for you to take action. Please do take action. A lot of you may not know what to do and when to do it. This card indicates that when the time will come, you will know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So don't rush into it. Take your time. It will naturally come to you. How? By listening to your intuition, because the meditation that you do will bring the answers, and that answer is going to come through your intuition to take action. With that, they are giving you a choice. You have a choice now. This is my choice card. It's up to you. Either you can stick on this path or you can choose another. The outcomes are going to be different. However, your fate and destiny is still written for you. Multiple storylines are written. You just have to be the actor or actress that kind of jumps from one branch to the other like a squirrel. And you decide to maybe take that route instead. You are ready. Unfortunately, Aquarius, all of the things that you've been through yourself, heartache, pain, suffering, sorrow, even the happy times, even the love that exists, they're saying here that you are ready to take on whatever is going to happen in the coming future. You are ready emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Here, once again, listen to your intuition. So there's going to be, because this is the overall arching theme, it does show me that it's okay to just internally talk to yourself, right? And that is you, your soul, speaking to you, the body / the spirit. So your soul's talking to your spirit, okay? The spirit's brand new because it belongs to your body and your body belongs to it. So that relationship exists, but then you have this old soul. Your soul's been there, done that. It has all the experiences. So whenever you do have a real gut feeling, this real instinct, don't doubt it. Go for it. Listen to it, because that is your soul telling you what to do. Some advice based on what it has been through before. For hundreds of years and many other lives, it's experienced things. But because right now we are in this body, your soul is limited to the access and the knowledge that it has for all the things that have happened before, all the files that it has. Feel free to have a look at my other channel on YouTube called Asnointia Audio. I do have quite a few videos on there, and some of them are on spiritual connections, relationship-related videos, and one of them was on negative energies. And with the negative energies video, it does show you what these things are. And it doesn't really show, I'm sorry, it's Asnointia Audio, so it's more of audio files. But I do illustrate to you verbally, right, what it is that people have experienced, some things that I've experienced, but how to recognize these negative energies and to remove them from your life. So that is something that I recommend that you should see. Also, regarding past lives, you can definitely have a look into some of the videos that I have there, because there's a lot of information that'll probably give you a better understanding of how all this works. All right, Aquarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. I always do love to read the comments, and I try to answer them as much as I can, but I really do appreciate you sharing your stories, because oftentimes I use your stories and I notice trends and patterns, and that's why I create those videos on Asnointia Audio. because so many people go through the same thing. All right, guys, you take care. Stay safe. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.